Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, inspirational book coach and the creator of the Aspiring Authors Lab, where I teach aspiring authors how to cut through the clutter, leverage their knowledge, stop procrastinating, and create an income. And thank you for joining me today. And I welcome you to the broadcast. And today we're going to talk about a very important subject, okay? But first, let me ask you these questions. Do you find that your friends and casual acquaintances are not taking you seriously? Because when you tell them that you're writing a book, it's like they don't really say anything, or maybe they laugh, or, whatever. Or maybe it's yourself. Maybe you're not sure of yourself. You don't know where to begin. Or sometimes it could be a lack of confidence in yourself. And when you have a lack of confidence on the inside, it shows on the outside. Okay? So thank you for joining me today. But I want to tell you, you must change what's first on the inside so your confidence will project on the outside. And this is the first step. Thank you for joining me today. You might be finding it difficult to share your message. What do you do when, no one is really paying attention to you? What do you do? Now, today I'm going to talk about establishing yourself as an expert. And that's very vital. And I'm going to give you the benefits when you establish yourself as an expert, in your writing field. And I find a lot of times it's a big struggle with new authors. They don't know how to get in there and really, get their readership and, get people, interested in what they are writing. Let's look at this in a different way. Sometimes people who are familiar with you, those close friends, even family members, okay, they do not see the gems within you. And it causes you to be discouraged. And what do? Do you dim your knowledge just to fit in? And when we talk about, the struggles with self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth, a lot of times that's, what people do. They'll dim their knowledge just to fit in, to say, well, I'm with the in crowd, or, I have people around me who like me, even though they're not supporting, anything that, I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell them, I'm getting ready to write this book, and, they're really not paying any attention. But, in the end, it really doesn't matter, okay? You do what makes you happy. You be intentional this year. If you say, I'm going to write that book and I'm going to get it started, that's exactly what you do. Because it's time for you to do something for yourself and stop trying to please everybody, because you can't please everybody. Okay. And then don't even try to please anybody. Just please yourself. If you want to write a book, you write that book. It's perfectly okay to show your brilliance, no matter what. Whether people want to hear about it or whether they support you or not, you show your brilliance, because there's somebody out there that's waiting for you. And like I always tell you, I believe everyone has a story to tell that will be of great benefit to others. Everyone has knowledge that is worth sharing with others to either solve a problem or avoid a situation. Okay? Do you know? Let me ask you this. Do you know that there are 63,000 Google searches every second of every day? 63,000 of people looking for information in a condensed format. Because people are living hectic lives. They're busy with their careers. They're busy maintaining a household. It could be children's activities. Our children, they have after school programs, they have sports, band, um, drama, whatever it may be. Okay. They have a lot of things that's going on in their life. Plus, homework and chores. There's a lot of things that's going on in people's lives. And the last thing, remember this, the last thing that a person wants to do is to search for information over the internet, because research is time consuming. It's very time consuming. You may have good intentions, but you never really get around to it. So you have to think about things like that when we're talking about your readership and the people who are looking for the information that you're going to provide, because people are living busy lives, just like you and me, just like you and I. They're living busy lives. And the best part is, you as an author, you have an opportunity to establish yourself, as an expert in your field. You have that opportunity. So here are a few tips to get you started as an authority in your field. Number one, be disruptive. Okay, be disruptive. We talked about the movement. We talked about the method. We talked about the methodology. Okay, be disruptive. Let people know, hey, I'm here. I'm here in the marketplace, and this is what I have to offer. Okay, challenge the way that people ordinarily think. Challenge that. You may be thinking there are so many people, writing on your subject. And I say, so what? With what? I think it's 7.7 billion people in the world. And you can't see that there's room for you with 63,000 Google searches every second of every day. You can't, boggle your mind up with, well, there's no room for me. Yes, there is. But first, you have to get in there. Get in there and let your voice be made known. And, getting to this point, understand your voice through your writing. Understand your voice through your writing. Let your voice be heard. The uniqueness of your angle and an approach is awesome because it's unique. Okay. The uniqueness of your angle and approach is yours. The tone of your voice through your writing to your audience connects with them. It's that heart-to-heart connection. That heart-to-heart connection. You are not the voice for everybody, but you are the voice for somebody. There's somebody out there who's waiting for your voice and your personality. They're waiting for you because, they need a transformation. So what you do, you challenge their transformation. You let them see what you see for them on the other side of their transformation. They have to see it before they see it, or they'll never see it. The second thing, be authoritative. Know what you are talking about. Be authentic. Give your audience an easy win. Because, again, people are living busy life. They need to see something. They're tired of, all of the foolishness. They're tired of going all the way around the block and back again without having their situation solved. They're tired of that. Okay? Give somebody something that they can see right now. Give them an easy win, something that they will implement, an actionable implementation. When they do it, they'll get results. They'll get results. This is how you establish yourself as being an expert, by knowing what you're talking about. That's why, you can't pretend to be an expert or, right when you're writing, oh, I'm an expert in this field. No. You have to already be an expert. How can you lead somebody if you don't even know where you're going? and say, well, when I get there, during this journey, when I get there, then I'll know. Doesn't make sense, does it? So introduce to them something that will bring immediate results. Immediate results. Give your audience hope to look forward to a transformation. Thank you for joining me today. Inspire your audience through your story to take the next step with you. That's important. Let them take the next step with you. You are a commanded presence to direct your audience, out of a situation. Thank you for joining me today. As you instruct them to try another method of transformation. You are that commanded presence. So they're looking for you. Yes, people want to see results because like I said, they're tired of the hype. They're tired of nothing happening. They're tired of that. Does that resonate with anybody? Maybe it has happened to you. I know it has happened to me. I know it has. When I'm looking for an answer because I need an answer right now for whatever reason, and then I come across something that I think is going to give me an answer, and it's nothing but baloney. It's that. So be that authentic person. Be unapologetically you. You don't have to apologize for being who you are. And you don't have to worry about, people taking you serious or not. If you follow these steps that I'm giving you, you'll establish yourself as an expert in your field. Another thing is write a book. There are companies out there, if you have never written a book, you can never, speak at their function or event or whatever it may be. That's a good way to establish yourself as an authority in your industry or within whatever area, whatever field it may be. Okay, that's a good way to establish yourself. Write a book. Another thing you could do a Facebook or YouTube Live or, get in front of your audience. Let them see who you are, your personality. Let them, become acquainted with your face because people hear the voice, but they want to see the face behind the voice. So it's okay. Do a Facebook Live. And, you might say, oh, I've never done one. I'm afraid to get in front of people, but, just do it. It'll get better. I promise you, it will get better. It will get better. If you have to even think in your mind that you're only talking to one person, then do that. If you have to, sit across from a person and you're doing a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live and that person is right there or they're sitting right next to you wherever, whether they're in camera distance or, outside of camera distance, just do it, just do it. And I promise you, it gets better over time. Also, create a podcast, write articles, blog about your expertise, in the industry. This is some of the ways, and it's not all the ways, but these are some of the ways to establish yourself as an expert in the field. People are looking for your expertise. They're there. They're looking for it. Another thing that you could do, you could answer the questions that your audience is asking. Answer those questions because it makes it personal when your audience thinks that you're reading their mail. Okay, you're reading my mail. I was just thinking that, And here I find the answer. But this is how they find the answer when you're always showing up, where you always there. Be everywhere that your audience is. Okay, be everywhere where the people are there. You have to do your research, aspiring author. You have to do your research and make sure you're there everywhere that they are. Thank you for joining me today. Because you are delivering solutions to your audience's pain. And this is something that your audience is dealing with at the present time. That's why you can't disappear. You can't show up, say, for a week or two, and then they don't see you anymore. Because now if you say, well, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to have this live stream, I'm going to be on Facebook, I'm going to show up here, I'm going to show up there. Guess what? Your audience is expecting you to be in those places because that's where they're showing up. And they're going to look for you. Don't let them not find you. Be there. Be there for them. Another thing you could do is provide value, helping your audience to develop their resources. And with that being said, what's inside of you? You and I have tons of resources inside of us, tons of them. Sometimes we don't realize it until we sit there and, we look on the inside of ourselves and we find those gems. And, they don't all the time come up all at one time. As you're living, as you walk in this journey, as you develop in your resources, well, more resources are going to open up to you. More streams. Just like we talk about streams of income. There's more streams that's inside of you. So don't be afraid to, provide value to your audience. Help somebody succeed by giving them more than they're expecting. Help somebody. Thank you for joining me today. Don't ever be afraid to go the extra mile. I always, give my audience something extra because I understand that, I'm full of resources. So I don't have to be cautious, with the information that I'm sharing because I know there's much more. And the more I pour out, the more I have inside of me, the more I could, give out. It's always being replenished. It's always being replenished. So don't ever be afraid, to teach somebody, to help them develop their resources so they could go to the next level. Because that's what it's all about. Not staying on the same level, but continuing to progress, to continue to go forward, to continue moving up. So don't ever be selfish with, your information. Now, I'm not saying anything about, giving it all stuff because you're in this field or you're in this book writing journey to make, to generate income. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let people, give them what they, I won't say what they deserve, but give them more than enough. Give them something extra. I'm from Louisiana, and we call something a little extra. We call that lanyard. So give them some lanyard. They'll appreciate you for it. Aspiring author, let me tell you this. Concentrate on serving your audience. Serve. Serve so big that when they are looking for a solution, guess what? Your name becomes an authentic household name. Show up everywhere. Show up where your audience is hanging out because I'm telling you, people are looking for you and they're expecting you. They're expecting you. They begin to trust you. They begin to like you. They begin to, look for you, identify with you. Is that okay? This thing. People are looking for you. They're looking. They need what you have. And as we're wrapping up, I hope that what I have shared with you has been beneficial to your life and help you to realize how much value you have. And you don't ever have to worry about, your resources and what you have on the inside, just drying up. The more you give up, the more you'll get back. The more you give, the more you'll get back. Think about that. Share this video with someone because you'll be amazed at how many lives will be impacted just by us, taking actionable steps and not keeping things to ourselves. Many people may be on the fence, but when they hear an inspiring message, it can lead them to reconsider or even get started on or completing, something that they had in mind. because, distractions are real. Sometimes people forget. Sometimes they get discouraged. Sometimes they just don't want to do it because, you know, they feel like, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. So always remember to share. When you find inspirational information, when you find how to's, when you find something that's going to help somebody else, share it. And I promise you, it'll come back to you. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And join me again next time for another powerful inspirational message. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, inspirational book coach. And remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. Have a great rest of the day.